All right, so well, I have to pay $1,200 and some to buy some new tile because my tile guy messed up. So that's a loss on my end. Let's go over some business pros and cons for the 2022, and obviously what happened and why I just lost $1,200 plus. All right, so let's get into the juicy stuff first. Why I gotta spend $1,200 plus on tile. My existing tile subcontractor either got into his over his head or bit off too much that he can chew. But I'll throw some video in there or pictures so you can see. It's like 30 by 30 tile. They're pretty big tiles for that bathroom. But he said I asked him like, can you do it in the bathroom? And he said yes. He gave me a price. That was it. So now he's coming back and saying he can't do the tiles because they're just cracking. He doesn't have the correct tools, whatever. So he can't do the job with those tiles. Customers are understanding, but they also want to know is it a skill issue or is it actually like those tiles can't go on the shower wall, which they can because there's bigger tiles. I've seen shoot like 4 foot by 3 foot, huge tiles going on walls. So I'm gonna have another tile. Basically, I'm gonna have another tile contractor come in. He's gonna look at it, and I already spoke to him. He says yes, but I want to make sure that we're good. Now, if I get a couple tile contractors to say, hey, it's too small a bathroom or too small a shower for these tiles, then I'll go to my customer and be like, hey, you got to pick something smaller. No big deal. But I don't want to go there yet, because I want them to have the bathroom they want, and two, I want to make sure I keep them happy, because for one, this bathroom is not the only project that we're doing with them. We're also doing a larger 6-figure project with them. So yeah, we're gonna keep them happy, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to eat $1,200 worth of tile because we gotta tear off what he already did, buy new tile, and then redo it, regardless if it's smaller tile or the existing tile. They bought some expensive tile, or not expensive, but not homeowner or not Home Depot or Lowe's kind of tile. I just put it that way. So yeah, so at a minimum, he's costing me $1,200 plus in tile, and then I've got to pay somebody else to do the work, which he's already gotten half of it payment already. So yeah, so there's that. And then he was hinting at wanting more money to have to redo it, which it's not going to happen. Not in the subcontractor agreement, not going to happen, because you got to hold up your end of the bargain as far as I'm concerned. So I still have about $65,000-$70,000 worth of tile work that I have to get done this year under contract or about to be under contract, because there's another bathroom coming. So it depends on how well he, if he wants to give me a credit, or if he hasn't actually admitted that it was his fault yet. So we'll see how it goes. If I have to eat everything, then I'm going to find a new tile contractor and I will be done with him. But if he wants to, own up to it, then I've got no problem with it. Everybody makes mistakes, right? So yeah, that's how that goes. Either way, I've got to buy $1,200 plus in tile because of his mistake. That's how that works. So these are the how I thought I was going to be kind of done with these kind of mistakes, but at the same time, I know I say that a lot, but I mean these are why you have profit as a general contractor, as a contractor, because you're going to need to cover your butt sometimes. So, and the homeowners are extremely hard to explain what's going on. Straightforward. Communication is number one with homeowners. Manage expectations. Tell them exactly what's going on, so they're good with it. They're happy. They understand. I just keep constant communication with them. We're good on that front. So that's the mistake. That's why I've got to eat $1,200 plus of tile. I know other videos give you like the little thumbnail, and they'll wait to the end of the video to actually address it. I'm going to address that right away. Now let's get into business aspect for this year. We're 5.5 months into the year of 2022. Is May. So this is actually the best year I've ever had, including when I've had full-time employees or myself prior to that too. Absolutely the best. We are just shy of 400,000 in revenue, and that's just revenue. I don't count. That's nothing, means nothing to me. Profit wise, we're at about we're less than 50% gross profit. So, which my goal is 50% gross profit, but there's been multiple jobs this year where I literally don't do anything except for material delivery, pull permits, and collect payment, and then do the contract. So that's where I'm standing on that. So I'm okay with that, but I would like the gross profit to be up as well. So we'll go over the pros for this year. Work is going great for 2022. We've got, I'll get into the cons, but we've got multiple jobs going on. I've got multiple subcontractors. Most of them, not all of them, unfortunately, are great, but everyone except for one, as I just discussed, is doing great. That way I can, if we get multiple jobs going on, then it's, revenue goes up because obviously, I'm collecting money, but also my cost of doing business is going up because I'm not doing any of the work. So most of that profit's going to go to people who actually do the work. So that's how it's been going, right? So not all of it, obviously. We're well above my 25%, 30%, but I mean, we're not at 50%. So I'm going to have new customers. I did a job last year. I don't know if you guys want to go back. There's a large deck. I think I didn't lose money, but I barely broke even on it with all the lumber going up from then. And I think it was like a 25,000. I think it was like around 20,000, 25,000. And I think my cost to actually do all that was around that. So I don't think I made any money, but I got a job off of that, which I did make profit. We did a fence, and I did make some profit off of it. So it always, it's working out for sure. So it always goes to show, even if you're going to take a loss on a job, do your very best, please the customer, because your reputation is the most important thing. And I got that job based off my reputation because my fence quote, he showed me the other quote, and the other quote was about $1,600 less than mine. He still hired me because of my reputation. So that helps. That helps. So it was, it's kind of a little feather in my hat, if you will, and it felt good. But at the same time, he gave me praise after I was done because, he makes one call, I take care of it, permit and everything, and then it's done, and he's happy with it. So like I said, other pros for this year, all my other subcontractors are doing phenomenal, fantastic. I think I got a really good crew for framing and other stuff as well. Electrician, plumber, and not the tile guy anymore. So it's HVAC is still regular. I have a regular HVAC subcontractor, but everything else has been going fairly great. I ended a couple of long-term projects this year, going over from last year and even the year before. So I got some big jobs on just really I would say not annoying customers, but just customers that you need to deal with every day kind of thing. They're off my plate. So we are done with them, and it's been fantastic as well. Just a little bit of stress off my plate. I just finished up today a job that's if I'm in like White Lake area in Michigan. It's like Detroit Metro, if you will. And like 4 or 5 years ago, I did some work for a customer. He's out in Macomb, actually a little further than that. So it's like 45 minutes, 50 minutes drive on good traffic to get there. And you can't stay in that area past like 2 o'clock because getting back, there's only one relatively decent road to get back to my area, and it gets clogged after that. So, it's ridiculous. So I did a job for him, and I didn't charge him, and I specifically didn't charge him because I didn't want to warranty the work. I did let him know. I was like, hey, you're outside my radius now, like, because since I started, we've moved, so it's not working out. So you can hire other contractors in your area. They're going to be far cheaper than me because any work that I do is going to come with a pretty big, I call it the pain in the ass factor markup because of me having to come out there. It's just out of my radius. So he was understanding. He was like, hey, I was like, so I'm not warranting any of the work. This technically wasn't in warranty anyway, but I did it because I just didn't want to charge him because then I would warranty it. Just because if somebody gives me money, I'm going to give them a warranty because I want to stand behind my work. So I didn't want to do that. There you go. I'll take the little minor loss. It cost me an HDMI and 3 trips out there, so probably 5-6 hours of work, including driving. So it is what it is. But I took that loss. That way I don't have to warranty it. I fired him as a customer, just so I don't have to warranty anything. We're done. I don't have to go out there because it's a drag. Knowing you have to go out, you're like, oh my goodness, it's a minimum of 2.5 hours because of driving and just dealing with stuff. So yeah. Next is dumpster. My dump trailer has been working fantastic, and I also have been renting. I advertise a little bit on it, and it's been rented out multiple times already. And I got a video coming about that as far as my pricing. And I've been selling work like crazy. This will be, if I get all estimates approved that I think are gonna get approved this year, we will be over $1 million in revenue, which you'll never hear me say I have $1 million business, because that's BS. Anybody says they have $1 million business but they don't actually have profit of $1 million is full of, I'm not going to say it, you know it. So, but that's a lot of work. I can never do that work by myself. It has to be subbed out. Most of that, I would say, I try to get 50% gross profit, but I'm just going to say more than 50% is probably going to go to somebody else and not go to my pocket for sure. So yeah, that's where we're at. We've got a couple other smaller jobs going in as well, and it's the summer coming up, so we got multiple decks. Just started another deck today. Finished up a deck a week or so ago, so we've got another deck coming in. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. No railing except for one small piece. You guys will see it on my Instagram, Facebook, and I might even do a video on here about it too. It's super easy, and I like decks because they are easy. They're straightforward. You do enough of them, you literally just throw them together. I mean, my Milwaukee MX Fuel cutoff saw is not made for like full duty, but it's getting put through its pace for sure. So, and then the last one I would say, as far as pros this year, I'm still charging for estimates. It's been working out. I do a lot of estimates remotely, just give them prices. They're tire kickers, no problem. But the ones that do pay, I have had, of all the estimates that I've been paid, there's only been 2 that have not hired me. One changed their mind, said it was way too much out of their price range, even though I explained to them the scope, which I always do, of my pricing for it was a deck. And they wanted a second story deck walkout with no stairs. So it was about, you're looking up probably 10 feet off the ground. And then they wanted a poured patio underneath it with concrete. And I think my price for it was about 17 by 20 deck, I want to say. I think my price for all that was like $39,000, something like that, because of getting the concrete, getting everything in, getting the deck built, composite too as well, with railing and everything. So that was my price for it, and she said her builder or somebody, she can do it for 17, which is below my cost for materials on that job. I'm pretty sure. So for the materials she wanted for it anyway. So best of luck to her. And the other one, they're happy to pay the estimate fee. I gave it to them, and they decided to move. So those are the only 2 estimates that I've actually had decline on me that they actually paid. Every other estimate, we have like over 95% approval rate for it. So yeah, absolutely. Protect your time, guys. All right, so let's go into all the cons for this year. Obviously, the one I'm focused on right now is I just took a $1,200 and some loss for tile. I have to pay for tile, so that's a con this year. That tile subcontractor is up in the air, so that's obviously a con for this year. I'm not at 50% gross profit for the year, so that's another thing. Just straight up, I think I'm in the 30s right now, so 30 something. I can bring that up, but at the same time, this is the first year I'm actually doing all 100% subcontracting, and I'm still kind of learning a little bit, but I mean, it's profit nonetheless. And that gross profit, that's already with my, my business expenses taken out as well too. So, we're not hurting here. So, I would say also permits and materials and dealing with the townships in the area. I had to wait almost 3 months for one permit. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I can't believe it. But it was almost to the point where the homeowners were actually asking for me to provide my phone records to them so they can take it like legally to somebody to complain, basically, because I think I called them like 30 to 40 times, probably a dozen times on site to see what's the holdup is, all that kind of stuff with the township. But like I explained to them, if we make it hard on them, they can just delay it even further. So anyways, and then obviously material delays. Windows are crazy out right now. Garage doors are crazy out, and material pricing starting to come down now, but it's still pretty high. We're still seeing in my area like $8 for a 2x4. That's a 8-foot 2x4, non-treated. And decks wise, people are going with composite because the lumber prices are so high. It's not that much of a jump to go to composite anyway. So yeah, those are the main ones. Those are the main hurdles for me for this business, which is not that bad. This has still been the best year so far, me being in business already. And I'm not even, that gross profit doesn't even include the rest of the jobs I'm doing, because I don't collect all my fees for the jobs I'm doing. I only collect certain parts until we go further down on my contract, and I can collect more and more and more. So yeah, we're getting there for sure. I think that's about it for my state of the business video. Let me know how you guys are doing in your year. Comment section below. I mean, I'm making mistakes. It is what it is. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.